Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this meditation session, we're going to practice tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So, when it comes to Buddhist meditation practice, and we have to be careful not to mix with other meditation techniques, because this meditation mainly focusing to the development of your awareness or the understanding, and in tranquility meditation mainly as a foundation we develop tranquility state of your mind. So we call samatha meditation or samatha mental culture, development of the mind to have the tranquility state, or another way it called chitta bhavana, because it always has a primary mental object to follow. So in Pali it called nimitta. Nimitta means workplace. So if your mind go here and there, so that's mean you are not at the workplace. So once you have the nimitta, then settle down there, stay there. Another way, the tranquility meditation help you to have an undisturbed mind. And once you have the undisturbed mind, you can make your mind more usable and more productive. So those are the benefit in when it comes to tranquility meditation. So once you have this undisturbed mind and solid tranquility state of your mind, what will happen? Your perception going to become very clear and your awareness become more sharper. So with that, so for that, to develop that, we practice observing the inhalation, exhalation. So remember tranquility meditation and the vipassana meditation. So there are two kind of meditation techniques. So the tranquility meditation, calming down your mind and relaxing your mind, allowing your mind to settle down and have undisturbed mind with the tranquility state. So for that, you need a primary mental object. As primary mental object, we take our own inhalation, exhalation. So you focus your mind in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So then settle down and focus. So I will give some negations and what you should not do. And that way you can understand what you have to do. So one is, don't try to maintain your inhalation, exhalation, or don't try to regulate it. It's like, don't do that kind of things. Just simply allow it to happen itself. Or otherwise, don't try to keep counting. When you inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so like that. There are breathing exercise. That is totally different. Here, we trying to settle down with the breathing. So then, allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. Another thing is that don't try to judge or don't try to have yourself conversation regarding inhalation, exhalation. Don't make any comments. Completely detach but observe. So always keep your mind in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So if the mind go here and there, this is a common the situation when it come to meditation. If the mind go here and there, it is not your duty to think about, oh, my mind go here, my mind go there, like that. It's nothing to do. What you have to do, so nimit, we giving you a nimitta. That's mean your primary mental object to inhalation, a sensation of the inhalation, exhalation in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Let your mind to go anywhere. Just you keep your intention here and stay here. Again and again, if you recognize your mind somewhere else, forget about it. Let the mind to play whatever on and you focus to here. And then what will happen? Then it will come. Sometimes you have experience. You go for a picnic. You go to go place to see something. And then there are few people. And then you discuss everybody, okay, within 10 minutes we're going to leave because we have to go uh, to another place. So that's 10 minutes. And you go and the people start to enjoy. And then now 10 minutes already gone. So you came and with other people and everybody came, but there is a one person, somewhere I keep watching or doing something. And then you call and the person not going to come. So what happened when you start the vehicle and everybody get into the vehicle, this person run. So it's like that. Do your same thing with the meditation also. So if you keep that is where you have to focus, not where the mind go, why it happened to me like this way. Don't try to think about it because you cannot understand it in this level. Only thing what you have to do, just keep focus to inhalation, exhalation here in play. Don't try to inhale or exhale. Don't try to think about and thinking and doing. Don't do that. So another thing is when you are staying here, there are few things happen. One is sometimes it pull your mind backward from your past memory. Don't allow it to go like that. And from side to side, it can push you from unnecessary sound. So you at home and maybe somebody, because you practice meditation, that doesn't mean other everybody eh, stop, they have to stop their work. No, they have to be comfortable themselves. If you allow them to be themselves, that is where your meditation practice going to become successful. If you don't do this mistake, don't tell anyone when you're going to practice meditation. So don't tell, I'm going to practice meditation. Don't do this, don't do that. So do like that. It is nothing to do with you. So allow themselves to do whatever they want to do. That is where you come to a place to handle the natural situations. Otherwise, you become kind of like a meditation, become kind of like a military practice. People, whether especially children and maybe husband or maybe wife, start to look you kind of like when you start to ready to start meditation, they like you're going to practice kind of like military exercise. No, other people need to be comfortable, whatever they want to do. So that is where you come to a moment. So in case if somebody playing or doing something and watching or have a compassion, oh, that person maybe like to do that and she's enjoying it. So have the compassion. When you have the compassion, you get out of the resistance. And so another thing is, don't allow your mind to jump over. That's mean once you sit for meditation, what going to happen next, what going to happen next, like that. Don't think anything. Just focus to inhalation, exhalation, and stay there. So that is tranquility meditation. So when you observe the inhalation, exhalation, there are few steps. You no need to exactly follow the method, but just to practice point of view, remember In the beginning, observe inhalation, exhalation separately. And when you keep observing, you may see or entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Some inhalation become longer, some inhalation become shorter. Just recognize it. And maybe thoughts can arise in you and disturb, but don't go with it. That's why you have primary mental object. So you stay with it. And maybe joy and pleasure arise in you. You feel so comfortable. Don't go with it. Just allow it to. Be more sharp and clear with the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. And also another thing is visualizing or dreaming. Don't try to look for inhalation, exhalation. Just get into the sensation. So if you can't find the sensation, that's mean maybe your upper body not in right posture. So then move your upper body a little bit back and forth and find the right posture. Or maybe your head. Sometimes people keep the head like this 10 years. They cannot find so their mind go like a roller coaster. They cannot find the sensation. They become worried. Only thing is they have to do just 1 inch, bring their head down. That's it. But people don't do it. Why? Because they just kind of like a robot program already. They go with their own way. No, you have to do a little experiment. Don't do anything because of what I say. So that is where you become more aware, sharp, clear with your practice. This is what you do for you. So once it come to tranquility state and your body become more calm and relaxed, and then the body, mind, breathing start to settle down as one. Then we go to vipassana level. So people have many questions regarding this vipassana. I receiving a lot of questions regarding what is this vipassana, how this work, what is what, you know. So when it comes to vipassana means, we means deeply, thoroughly, passana, observing, analyzing, recognizing. So regarding what? Regarding your inner experience. In the very moment, what you experience, you recognize that. So when it comes to vipassana, there are four foundations, meditation techniques. Kaya anupassana, contemplating the body. Why it mainly say in the beginning, it start with the Kaya anupassana always. Even if you read the text, you see Kaya anupassana. Because the body is rough. You can feel it, you can see it. Mind you cannot catch. So that's why it is better you start with the Kaya anupassana, contemplating the body. And even the inhalation, exhalation also related to the Kaya anupassana. And so because it is a bodily action, your inhalation, exhalation. That's why it come to Kaya anupassana. And other one is Vedana anupassana, contemplating the sensation or the pain. And it can come to two, mental or physical. So you deeply analyzing without changing or without judging, commenting, you deeply analyze the sensation anywhere in your body. In that very moment, not past, not future, in the very moment. So other one is Chitta anupassana. Chitta anupassana means the condition of your mind, thoughts, how the thought arising and how the thought disturbing or disappearing and how the thoughts change. And the next one is Dhamma anupassana. So the natural process of our body, as you know, there are many systems, blood circulatory system and breathing system and nervous system. So like that, digestive system. So like that, there are some kind of this natural process of inhalation, exhalation. So you recognizing that. But in the beginning, we don't go to this all. When you observe the inhalation, exhalation, that all four techniques included to that. when you observe inhalation, exhalation, in that observation, you can experience this all four meditation technique. Kaya Anupassana, because it is a breathing happening as a process of your physical condition, pattern. And as you know, that's why if you have the COVID or like that, so what happening, it affect your body, and as a condition of that, you cannot breathe in. So, and the sensation, Vedana Anupassana, and it deeply connected to your mind, Chitta Anupassana, and Dhamma Anupassana, and it's a natural process. See that all four things included to this observing inhalation, exhalation. But here we're going to deeply observe through this all four methods. We're going to observe form, feeling, sensation, formations, and recognition. That's mean 5 aggregates. So as example, when it comes to our human body, so yourself, you have a physical structure and name. And if somebody asks who you are, you may mainly give your name. But when it comes to the reality, who you are really means not your name. Why? Because it is given by somebody. And that name also, and according to the situations, conditions, it change. And another thing is, somebody maybe from far away asking from another person and showing you and ask who is that person. Then that person asks which person. So then that person tell, that tall, so like that physical structure. So to introduce to you, they use your physical form. So name or form, but the form also not really you. Why? Because if 10 years back, if you look your pictures, it is totally different. So then how you mention this is exactly me. So see that we mainly recognize we are from name and form. I just give a very simple physical example. But when it comes to real you, it is not your name or it is not your form. Deeper behind 5 aggregates, form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition happening in you. So when it comes to Vipassana, you deeply observe these 5 aggregates. So in Samatha, don't make me be very clear. In Samatha, we observe our primary mental object, inhalation, exhalation, and calm down our mind. Have an undisturbed mind. In Vipassana, we deeply analyze our experience in the very moment, form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. So when it comes to that, in the beginning, just stay with the feelings or the sensation. Why? Because that is very easy for you to recognize. So observe, so whatever the sensation, anywhere in your body, and see what is happening. And also another thing is the recognition, consciousness, awareness. So if your shoulder have a pain, then suddenly you feel shoulder pain. So then your awareness go to it, take the shoulder pain. It's like that way. So then that somebody open the door, then sound come. The sound is the form. So then your mind suddenly go to the door, then you recognize, oh, this person opened the door. See, your awareness had the focus to shoulder. When the sound come, what happened? Right away, it changed to the door. See, your awareness changed. So like that, moment by moment, awareness jump here and there. So observe that how, without reacting to your mind, and see how your mind change. Or See how the sensation change. And that way, little by little, you slowly can tackle that other things, because form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition happen as one collision together, interconnected. So that's why it is very difficult to sometimes recognize, but you can do it. If you are aware about your body, your feelings, your thoughts, you can see how it changes. Just see how the change happen. That is what you have to do. If you keep following little by little, and you will recognize and how this change happening and why it is happening. And once you see the change and you recognize this is a natural process, once you come to that understanding, you're not going to react to this anything. Oh, I like this, or I hate this, like that way. Or even there's no neutral feelings. Why? Because you don't take anything as things or solid, permanent experience. So let's practice little bit. Just give your best, and little by little and slowly, when you become matured with the practice, this path going to become very clear for you. Only thing is just keep practice. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes 3 times and say Supateva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and then later observe the form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognitions, and how it change impermanent, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness within all 5 aggregates. So deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times, please. And find the sensation in front of your nose and your upper lip area. And just settle down yourself. And so allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen. Just keep observe, like you are waiting to see the sunrise or sunset without interfering to inhalation, exhalation. Just observe and recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize it and accept whatever happens with your inhalation, exhalation. Just drop your all these details related to your inhalation, exhalation. Just observe the sensation and recognize impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within the moment of your experience. Bring attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to our ordinary life, how this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind happening to us. It happened to us because of the desire to see something good, to hear something good, to smell something good, to eat something good, to feel something good, or think something good. And this is what happening. When something experience, when something happened to you, in that moment of experience, if it is not comfortable for you, so right away what is happening, you have intention to find some comfort from detaching from that moment, and you're looking for something else. So that itself leads us to another moment. When we see something beautiful and we become so happy, and with that happiness, what is happening? You bringing the energy to become this I more stronger. When you hear something nice, you enjoy it and thinking and holding this is so good. And at the same time, what is happening? You providing the necessary facilities for your ear to keep continuing. It is just not continuing to this moment to next moment. It keep continuing from beyond the death. And for the smell also the same, taste also the same. So when you eat, when you eating kind of like tasty things, what happening? Your tongue consciousness become kind of like a stronger, go towards the taste. The feelings the same, with the people also the same. When you associate with the people, then you start to find more and more and more and more. So the mind also the same. Once you start to keep thinking, and then again and again, it will go with the thoughts. But the thing in life, that even though that your happiness with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, creating your next moment, you don't see the suffering come behind this. And sometimes we say that this is my previous karma to see these things with my eyes. And sometimes people say this is my previous karma because of I hear this. And it is my karma that I am living with these people. People say like this. But you don't see how this karma create. Because the bad things has a different way, because you don't go with the bad. You don't have the desire regarding the bad. You always have the desire with the good things. So when you bound to good things, what will happen? It always create your next moment, but it not come alone, only with the good. So wherever the good, it's like wherever the light, the shadow going to be there. So same like wherever the good, always bad going to be there, uncomfort going to be there, unhappiness, sadness, worry going to be there. But the thing is, when you have the uncomfort, unsatisfaction, sadness, worry, disappointment, you wish for the good. That wish happening. That whatever you keep looking, it happening. But you don't see the connection in between the good and bad. It is same thing. But we take it separately. And we take it separately, and then you wishing for the good and thinking that you don't like the bad. And when you wish for the good come with the bad. And then again what happened? What you create? You create the same situation. There is no end. There is no place. Just only the good exists. It is just the common sense. You don't need any rocket science to understand that. You are enough matured to understand regarding your life. So have you ever aware there is something beautiful? It's really, really beautiful. There's something really nice. And you have 100% opportunity to take it. But at the same time, if you had the wisdom to see, this can happen with the bad also. The bad also come with this. When you have that wisdom, what happening, the idea that you came to in the beginning regarding, oh, this is good, you become more aware without jumping suddenly. So like that, when you wish for good, the mostly we wish the good with the sad mind, unhappy, angry mind. Why? Because we don't like the suffering. And we giving bad credit to suffering. We think suffering as an enemy, suffering innocent. You know, the suffering nature is innocent. There is no options for that. But we are the one who take it as bad. We are the one who, destroy and trying to that make it kind of that more bad. So, but if you look very carefully, that whatever you wish, that is what come with the suffering, unsatisfaction, worry, disappointment. So then, when it come to the meditation, especially when you come to the 5 aggregates, form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. So whatever the moment you experience, within these 5 aggregates, you start to see this is change. It doesn't matter bad or good. When you come to that point of understanding, you're not going to hate for the moment. You completely accept the moment. In that acceptance, in that very moment, no resistance, and in that very moment, you have no desire to jump out of it. And because of that, what is happening, You from yourself, you don't create any further the future current regarding to build it. Because if you become unhappy, if you become disturbed, then you try to jump out of it and look for another situation. But now you accepting, even in tranquility meditation, we say it, undisturbed mind. So if you have the undisturbed mind, you don't jump out of it. And in the Vipassana, you clearly analyze. When you analyze, you don't go away from it. So it doesn't matter good or bad or even neutral. So that is where through the and this Vipassana meditation, you don't create your samsara to future. But if you go with this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, oh, I want to become good, I want to have a good life, good life, good life, beautiful, nice things, then you go with this. But you may have nice things, but it's not going to be 100% nice. Maybe in the beginning it is nice, but behind it, a lot of ugly things can happen. So then you have to know the nature of the world. But the thing is, when a desire comes to us, that it comes with these five aggregates, is kind of like a collision. It connect each other. Everything come together. That's why you cannot, in the beginning, you cannot recognize. But if you practice little by little, slow down, you can observe the body, you can feel the pain, and even that just pain you cannot separately recognize. Sometimes shoulder pain. So you need the body to recognize the pain. My knee pain. So my knee hurt. So you need the knee. Knee is the physical. Otherwise that you cannot locate the pain. But still you can do in the beginning, and you observe the knee pain, and then you see it little by little, little by little moving and changing. And then knee separate, and you can get the pain. So you need little practice, discipline to get into that. But somehow form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition, this everything come together. That is what you have to recognize, because it is not happening separately. And there are few qualities, 5 qualities in these 5 aggregates. So what are those 5 qualities? One is called ogre. Ogre means like a huge current of the water current, like a river. It's not like the little water path. It's like a Ganges, it's kind of like a Mississippi. It's kind of like a Nile, the river. When it comes, it cannot stop. It's like a tsunami. It has a huge current. That is what called ogre. So you cannot stop it. So that's why form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition, this like a ogre, this like a current. You cannot stop it. But once you see it, seeing is something different than controlling and holding or maintaining. So still you can see it. You don't need to jump into that current and hold it. But only thing is Vipassana, you just see it. Why? Because it is not only for you. That is the very nature of this human mind. So things happen as like a current, like a ogre, like a river flow. And the second one called yoga. Ogre, yoga. Yoga means it always find a way to do things. That's the very human nature. The yoga means doing. So even if you practice meditation, we call yogi, whoever practice the method, practitioner. is a yogi. So here yoga means the your five hindrance, five aggregates have this quality. Yoga. That's mean form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. It always come to action. Come to action. It never going to be go away or disappear. No, it always going to come to action. Yoga, Yoga. The third one called Grantha. So when you hear the Grantha, it's very familiar. Mostly that this Pali word Grantha, people use it for books. Why it called Grantha for books? Because the reason the books are, it's bound to, it's in the, not like today. Today we get glue or pin books like this, bound page together bound. But in early ages, the book was kind of like a bound together like this. It's a page by page they used to bound. That's why I call grantha, bound together. So five aggregates also bound together. It called grantha. And when it come to action, it doesn't come one thing alone. All five things come together. That is the nature of the grantha. So I'm going to give you an example how this is happening. So this candle, okay, and then we light it. So this is this is the very nature of the five aggregates. Okay, so now the candle here, wax, thread, and the fire, and the around oxygen or the ether or space. So, and when you see it, can you separate the fire from the wax? No. The thread or the oxygen, you cannot separate. Why? Because this everything happened together. And this one thing you cannot separate. So if you slowly start to take the wax out, what will happen to the fire? And start to go down. And the same thing, if you start to move the thread, what will happen? That way also it not going to happen. So this everything come together. So that is what called grantha. It is, you cannot separate it. So when you experience something, that experience also the same, you cannot separate it, everything together. So form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition. So the recognition also bound to this. So now you see this as a light. So, and then your recognition come to recognize this as a fire. So, and at the same time, so now it disappeared and now you see the smoke. See, now your consciousness separate to, and you don't see anymore the fire. So you start to see it, and then now you see only this. See that the consciousness keep changing according to the environment and the situation or what you see. So if you think your consciousness why you cannot still see the fire? Because the consciousness cannot separately become something like that. The consciousness always go with the necessary conditions from the environment. That is something very important that you have to understand. It is not something that exists separately. No, that if I light this, then you're going to see the fire. And that fire also not happen itself separately. That fire also happen as a result of this everything. So like that, grantha means this everything happening collision. It's you cannot separate. And moment by moment, your experience, whole life experience like that. But if you little bit slow down and you can catch it, you can see it. Another one is the tanha. So the tanha means, as I mentioned, likeness. I like this, I like this, I like this. So like that, that likeness is a kind of like a emotion, energy in motion. So tanha is a kind of like a emotion. So once the energy in motion, energy means that in that very moment, whatever you create in it, so it jump forward, motion, changing. So that create the tanha, very nature of the tanha is not solid. It's not going to be in the same. The very nature of the tanha is always try to move. I remember it has a ogre nature, like the current, waves, so the river. So, and that also mixed to tanha, then naturally it go with the desire. Emotions go with the desire. And the yoga, it always find a way to get into whatever it want. And the grantha is everything bound together: form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. And the fourth one, the fifth one is upadana. Upadana means grasping, holding, clinging. It's like glue. So now you see that now you jumping and you have the flow nature like a river, ogre, and you have the nature with this all five aggregates. You have the nature to do it, to make it kind of like action, and then the naturally it come all these five things together, bound together. It's called grantha. And the tanha, it bound with the emotions all over. It's emotions, and then that give the the current more stronger to the flow, and the upadana. And not only the flow, wherever it go, holding and going, holding and going. This is what called your life, your mind. That is what called you living. Those are the five qualities with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you keep doing. So when it come to vipassana meditation, what happening? You start to recognize this. So what is deeply happening in you? So once you recognize it, the very first thing happening, you start to see how this everything happening. And the very important thing, you start to slow down the reaction. See, the yoga, it come to action and with the desire. So with the tanha, so you stop the action. Why? Because physically, the bodily, verbally, and mentally action, it need to come out. So when you practice vipassana, what is it? You start to slow down. You naturally it happening. You become little bit. And when you like something, and you know now it can come with something else. So you become little bit slow down. That is a good result you gain. Whatever you want to eat, you become little bit slow down. Maybe before you used to do it. Even whatever you want to say, you little bit slow down. When you slow down, what happening? That all the five things that I mentioned, yoga, yoga, grantha, tanha, upadana, all these five qualities start to back up and reduce the strength. And then that will help you to slow down a little bit. And then you slow down. So that way your action come to a point. When you experience, it becomes just the experience without acting. That is what called clear comprehension. You completely come to a point This with your five aggregates, form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. So this everything bound together, collision, and with this there are five nature: Oga, that means current, yoga, come to action, and the grantha, bound together, not come separately, and tanha, with the desire or the emotions, and the upadana, holding, grasping. So once you slow down that, once it become only the experience, these all five things start to neutralize. So when the mind come to a point to neutralize this all five qualities, when your form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition happen itself without these five, you come to a point to see how things come to be as they are. That is where your liberation happens. That is where you start to your breakthrough, you break happening from this conventional life. So for that, only thing is, remember, when the bad things happen, accept it. That is a you will complete your spiritual journey 50%. Whatever the bad things happen, without, because that is the moment we wish for good. No, don't wish for good. Accept it. And you think, I'm going to settle down this somehow. It doesn't matter whatever the cost. Zero tolerance. I go for it and I take it, I accept it and go with this. And you will see right away, it's going to change. Why? Because you slow down this current. But when the bad things happen, when you look for good, what happening? You jump to again to the samsara. So then it keep going, keep going, keep going. So when the bad things happen, hold it, stay there, accept it, don't go away. Why? You know things not going to be forever. It will change. So, and accept it. And the with that calm, relaxed, comfortable mind, you don't jump for good, you don't look for good. And if you can deal with the bad situation, why you wish for the good? See, conventionally you become more different person. Conventionally you become more stronger, clear person. That clarity will help you to uplift your awareness little by little, little by little. So this is a process. I just, practice point of view, I just give a little example for you to practice little by little, little by little, and somehow develop this art with you. So I hope this will help for you. With that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbaroko vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavatacha ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahangotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.